Before we get started, I'd like to acknowledge how absolutely meta this video is. Also, I'm not sure what meta means, but it fits here, right? As most of you know, the Steam summer sale just ended, and in the midst of Steam putting a vacuum to my wallet, I had an idea. I picked up a total of 7 new games and set out to do a mini review of each and every one in my classic, not stolen, sarcastic persona. And when I say new games, I mean that they're new to my Steam library. All of these games came out last year or earlier. Also, the summer sale is over, so I can't recommend these games to you at the price that I got them. This sounded better in my head. The first game I want to discuss is Grow Home, as well as the game's sequel, Grow Up. I wasn't planning on buying both games, but after the first 15 minutes of Grow Home, I realized how fucking awesome these games are, and my wallet was practically shouting at me. It was especially easy considering both games were on sale for under $5, which doesn't apply now, so I guess rip you and fuck me. In Grow Home, you play as a childlike red robot named Bud, and explore a series of floating islands using what's called a star plant to grow your way to the top. You grow the plant by holding onto the tip of one of the plant's sticks that are hanging off and stroking it until it penetrates a glowy island in the distance. Easiest dick joke I'll ever write. You climb up the plant islands by using the left and right triggers on a controller, and eventually you get other upgrades such as jetpacks and leaf gliders to help you move about the world. In concept, this game makes no sense, but in execution it's incredibly well done, and the first time I grabbed onto a sheep and dragged it off a cliff was the moment I realized that I hadn't had this much fucking fun since Conker's Bad Fur Day. Wow, let's go, Mr. Sheep! Oh! No! Get ledged, bitch, no honor. Maybe it's something about my primitive brain, but climbing and flying around an adorable animated world never really gets old. Not to mention Grow Up is everything you want in a sequel and more. This time around you can actually throw out plants and use them to traverse the world, as well as a parachute and glider combo. Not to mention there are 3 star plants you can grow and you can orbit the entire fucking planet as well as the moon. Are you not seeing this shit? Get your wallet out, man, it's only $10. Now I understand it's not very funny and entertaining how much I genuinely enjoy these games, so let's bring the vibe down and talk about a shittier game. For Honor. Aha! Ha ha ha! Ha, I'm not sorry. Next up is Resident Evil 5, or Biohazard 5 if you're one of the weird countries. And no, I don't actually hate this game. All of that build-up was 100% for the For Honor joke, so get wrecked. I played through the entirety of this game in 2 days, clocking in at 11 hours total with my good pal Baus Phoenix, and I have absolutely no regrets. My one big complaint is the awful movement and shooting mechanics. You can't shoot while moving, and you actually turn slower while moving as well, so it literally feels like Chris Redfield is a cyborg with the data chip of a fucking tank. This game is in no way scary, but I'd be lying if I said that turning a corner into an 8-foot fucking demon man and taking 3 minutes to turn around doesn't get your blood pumping. There's also some pretty redundant and cliche dialogue here and there, and you're probably in for 1 or 14 cringy ass moments.
It stopped.
Yeah, thanks, Chris. It stopped.
Why?
Good question, Sheva. But other than those 2 things, this game is a great time, and I highly recommend picking it up in one of these sales. The graphics are a bit outdated, but I honestly can't complain about them too much. Sheva looks mad cute, my guy. There are tons of costumes to unlock, and even a really addictive Mercenaries game mode, which is basically just a challenge to see how long you can survive against waves of enemies. They really don't make games like this anymore, and although it might not be a classic Resident Evil, it is a shit ton of fun. Also, if you equip the business outfit for Sheva that comes with the gold edition, you can occasionally get some upskirt, but mostly, the game is fun. There are a lot of really cool bosses to fight, including but not limited to a giant fucking crab in an elevator, lots of cool shit to see and unlock, including but not limited to another sexy Sheva outfit, and it never gets old spamming the get your ass over here button to piss off your friend.
Yeah, like, come on. You look like
hey,
Max. How did you do that?
Come on.
Come on! Speaking of bosses, segues are always tough. Fury is another game that I picked up, and if you haven't played this game, it's literally just one boss fight to the next. Well, you walk from one fight to another while a strange and creepy man in a rabbit mask whispers vague hints about what's really going on, but this is what you're really in it for. Now, I love me some badass boss battles. Shit, I suffered through Dragon's Dogma before they added fast travel just to climb on the back of a flying dragon once every 3 hours or so. Because despite how awful it was before Dark Arisen, there's nothing quite like the combat in that game. Except for Shadow of the Colossus, but it's still pretty unique. But this shit, it can get old. Don't get me wrong, alright, I actually did like this game. It's simple yet elegant, and nothing if not challenging. But really with the fucking energy balls, I don't think we need that many energy balls, fam. Let's bring it down a few hundred. Fury is at its best when you're up in the shit trying to time parries and counterattack like a fucking samurai warrior, but it's at its worst when there are 300 different things happening on screen, all of which do damage, but only some of which you can shoot through. It's not always bad, and it does make for some interesting battles, but sometimes it can be really overwhelming, and I haven't even completed the game on the hardest difficulty yet. Although I'm not sure I ever will if I want my blood pressure to remain at a normal and healthy level.
See, you can't beat that. You cannot beat that. As soon as he does that, you might as well quit. You just pause and just go to main menu and quit.
There's not really much of a story to this game, but there is sort of a cool reveal at the end that I'm not going to spoil here, and there are even multiple endings. The game also offers a speedrun mode after beating the game, which takes you from one boss fight to the next so you can see just how fast you can try hard your way through. All jokes aside, this game was pretty fun, and certainly worth the look, especially if you get a hard-on from glowing orbs. Next up, we have Hollow Knight, which is one of the 2 games that I didn't get a chance to complete at the time of making this video, so yeah. That fucking sucks. If I were to summarize my entire experience thus far with Hollow Knight in one word, that word would be what? Because I have no idea what the hell's going on. All I know is that I play as a cute little demon ghost dude or girl or fucking frying pan, I don't make assumptions about gender, and I run around killing other even cuter little demons for reasons I can't even begin to understand.
Why are we still here?
But as I said, I haven't completed this one, so there's probably more to be learned. What I have played has been really cool, and despite the depressing atmosphere, I find myself really relaxed when I'm playing this game. The controls are responsive, visuals are great, and the soundtrack is phenomenal. It's easy to feel really immersed in the cute little 2D world, and while there isn't a whole lot going on, it is a gorgeous game. You can find new abilities like a dash or wall jump as you go that really expand and open up areas that you've already been in, which makes backtracking through areas a little bit less monotonous. There's just one problem I have with this game. It was a little too relaxing, which is a nice way of saying it's fucking boring. Maybe it's my infant-like attention span, or just that I enjoyed the previous games more, but I genuinely have a hard time playing this game for extended periods of time. Aside from the few boss fights that I experienced which were really well done, this game never really got exciting. It's sort of just mellow the whole way through, which isn't a terrible thing really, it's just a bit dull after a while. I'll tell you what isn't dull, but still managed to be lowest on the list of things that keep my attention better than Bob Ross or fucking Archer or something. Actually, just Netflix in general. South Park, The Stick of Truth. With The Fractured But Whole releasing in just a few months, I figured it was finally time to give this game a shot. Come to find out that it's cool. Yeah, it's cool. So I played every one of these games on stream aside from Resident Evil, and South Park was the only one that I didn't keep playing after the stream had ended. I'm not sure if it's the turn-based combat, the South Park look, or the absolute overload of games that I was playing at once, but something kept me from playing this game to its fullest, and I really have no interest in resuming for the time being. However, because I put so little time into this game, I don't feel that I have enough credibility to review it, as if any of these have been real reviews. The game is regarded as great by loads of people, and I'm not about to disagree just because I haven't put in the effort to play it. What I did play was classic South Park comedy mixed with some pretty decent RPG elements, and I can't really bash it. Besides taking turns during a fight, come the fuck on. I don't have the mental capacity to wait my turn in the middle of a battle. I'm the kind of dude to just fucking Leroy Jenkins that shit. I will honestly avoid to the best of my ability any game with this kind of combat. It's just so goddamn boring. I like my games like Resident Evil 6, where you can just fucking shoot and kick punch, goddamn. Although I bought 6 on the Steam sale and clocked in about 0 hours total, but it's not totally the game's fault, alright? I was busy playing every other game and getting ready for a vacation, and my partner in crime was playing Call of Duty. Or was it Assassin's Creed? I don't know, it was one of those consistently underwhelming franchises. Anywho, I think that's gonna do it for this shitstorm of a video. Really quickly, just want to mention that I will be gone for a few weeks, so don't panic, I'm not dead. I'm going on vacation to an invisible island where none of you try to find me because sloths like their fucking privacy. Also, I just want to say that I do know what meta means, and I wouldn't use a word that I didn't understand in a video without fucking Googling it. I mean, come on. Don't be so fucking meta.